ranked team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia State will kick it off to get this game started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Penn State's offense takes the field to start this game off. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When a receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the air. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw for it. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. So the Georgia State Panthers offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact player. David, what do you look for? This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab over the middle. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Got his man quickly. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. Line getting set on second down. They'll leave it with him. Jukes his way for more. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. He'll do it himself. Discards a man. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Panthers are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. It's complete on the right side. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. They go to the ground.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Gets it out fast. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Georgia State will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that punt will sail out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And the offensive coordinator here is really... and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one, but later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position. Catch at around the 35. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get higher.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds.
Offside.
And then you know what happens. Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Gets it to the back. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. Trying the left side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They give it to him again. Sweet cut there. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass? They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Running back goes in motion. He's looking to throw it. Moving away from pressure. He'll pull it down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Let's it fly. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's going to have to step up and make it.
The expressway is wide open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that 1st quarter. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. And there will be no return. Ball will come out to the 20. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Smashes through. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
Offensive players, when they got the ball running, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing it.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On second down, looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Hand off from the shotgun. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running. Through, gets the first down.
The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on first and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you. Guess what I'm saying is, a comeback could be in the cards. They're trailing by just 4 to Duke. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Flips it out in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Point pushes the lead to 14. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. To the air on first down. Looking to scramble. He's going to run it.
Well, you're making a positive out of it right now. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Makes his connection. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Wall. They'll get down and put a stop to the return.
At the 28, and your Penn State Nittany Lions will take over. First and 10.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. I mean, you've already given up a couple of touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He's going to fire deep. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And the Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and puts one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Ship into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Right back to the well. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. That gives him 54 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Gets open down the middle. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Setting up the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Got his man on the right.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion. Nice catch.
He'll just keep slinging it. And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome with your defense. You study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a hole.
And it's his fourth interception of the night. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Penn State! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happen for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you that. Here's what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. They're trailing by 11 to Duke. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Wants to throw on first down. Looking left. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And as a defense, you have to be aware, just because this guy lines up all the way to the right, that doesn't mean he's going to run routes all the way across your face. They lost track of him, and because of that, it was a big explosive play.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He wants to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Let's not say they can cut into the deficit for the field goal. Maybe just tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingers. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. They finally make the stop, and that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Happy Valley. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What do you work?
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Split backs here. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. They're trying to get to it. Nice move to keep running. Tackled immediately after the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got it. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off play action. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. 0-1, lost week 1. They could have gotten out on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Fires to the right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
It wasn't this offense the past couple weeks, man. Everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
The change. It's first down at the 38. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got the quick pass. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw in that out route.
They'll run it from the gun. Makes the stop at the 49, give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
Boy, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds his target down the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Penn State! And the pummeling has started. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's small. On the move at the 30. Just destroying his way through the field. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck, trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
The Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. Quarterback moving. Fires into the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
This offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like we just saw there.
Pushes ahead. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of...
And welcome to modern college college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. Just ran him over. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think that you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Using his legs, it's Ware. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the 1st here. He'll set up to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. It is perfect. And Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. We're just going to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle.
Touchdown, Penn State! And the route is on.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. What a good mix of plays keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
It's just so nice to know you can start off first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
And this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
On the ground, it's Ware. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating a loss on first down.
Runs through a tackle. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.